thinking that I had jacked something too.
How to get more food out of your food. You can eat every part of this watermelon, except for the sticker. Don't eat that. First thing first, you gotta wash it, dry it with a clean towel, and then peel off all the dark green skin. Discard any bits of skin that have bad vibes, like weird blemishes or sticker residue, and then blend the rest with just enough water to make it smooth. What you'll get is something that has similar nutritional makeup to wheatgrass shots. But I'm not into wheatgrass shots, so here's what I do. Pour these into ice cube trays, freeze, and then use these cubes in smoothies for a good source of antioxidants, vitamins, and chlorophyll. Bonus tip. A super easy and fun way to cut a watermelon is to cut it in half through the middle. Face the one half cut side down and then cut 1 inch thick watermelon slices one way, rotate 90 degrees, and do the same the other way. This will give you cool, easy to eat watermelon sticks. An easy way to eat the rind is to make pickles. Any basic pickling solution works really well, but for extra credit you can make watermelon rind kimchi. I'll teach you a base recipe that you can customize however you want. For every pound of rind, add half a tablespoon of salt, mix and let sit for 30 minutes before mixing again and waiting another 30 minutes. Then thoroughly wash the rinds with fresh cool water to get rid of excess salt, and then for every pound of rind add 1 tablespoon of rice wine vinegar, 2 minced garlic cloves, 2 tablespoons of gochugaru, and a quarter cup of watermelon juice. This base recipe is vegan and gluten free, but from here you can add other vegetables like onions, carrots, or ginger.
Best tweet ever. Your science, my science. Science, by the way, is spelled S-C-I-E-N-T-S. Already good, isn't it? I mean, he's obviously heard the word. He took a guess. Never seen it written down because it's not in the Bible. So your science won't help you. Well, it will. It's helping him beam this little message up to a satellite and down to me. Your science won't help you when Satan, of course he believes in Satan, why wouldn't he? He believes that God made the universe in 6 days. You're not going to say to him, do you believe in Satan? And he's going to say, bit far-fetched. Why doesn't God kill Satan? That's what I'd ask him. If I was wrong and I met God and I go, oh, you do exist. He'd go, yeah. I go, well, in which case, I've got a few fucking questions, mate. In fact, the first one would be, why did you make chocolate kill dogs? What's mental? Also, if you hate homosexuality so much, why did you put the male G-spot up the arse? What is wrong with you? Then I'd say, why don't you kill Satan? And he'd go, what? I go, why don't you kill Satan? If he does all the bad stuff and you do all the good stuff, yeah, and you want good stuff, yes, yeah. I mean, you do want, yes, yeah. And you could kill him, couldn't you, if you wanted? Yes, because you can do anything easy, yeah. Why don't you kill him then? Because, shut up.
I'm curious as to why you think it's increasing so much.
What's that signify?
The history of left-handedness.
This is
Dog the Bounty Hunter threatened Dylan Mulvaney.
People playing church all led to Bud Light.
Oh.
Is that right? I get that punk down, rebuke Satan out of him, and just give him a couple black eyes. That's exactly, and I mean that. If I ever see him, I'm dropping him.
Dog went on this homophobic rant when he was being interviewed by a Christian televangelist with his wife Francine, who then went on to misgender Dylan and say, we want to drop him in the Holy Ghost. This is the same dog that did the No Hate campaign back in 2013. With his entire family. Who's gonna tell him? 2 of Dog's children are queer, Lisa and Bonnie, and they're speaking out against their dad and apologizing directly to Dylan. Posting this Love is Love heart, Bonnie wrote, the comments made by Dwayne Chapman reflect prehistoric beliefs and do not align with true Christian values. Jesus loves everyone and would strongly denounce this non-accepting rhetoric. Dog's other child, Lisa, had time today, went on IG, posted the No Hate campaign that they all did together, and tagged Dog and his late wife, Beth. Just leave her alone. It's simple. Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Lisa Jensen, followed by Dawn Duckett.
Dear Constitution protectors on the board, I have now heard some of you say that you believe in our Constitution, specifically the First Amendment. So much so that it was your justification for not interrupting someone's speech when they gratuitously uttered a word so foul that the Merriam-Webster dictionary states it is almost certainly the most offensive and inflammatory racial slur in English. A Supreme Court justice once said, no other word in the English language so powerfully or instantly calls to mind our country's long and brutal struggle to overcome racism and discrimination against African Americans. That was Brett Kavanaugh. You might at least pretend to understand the extreme privilege of where you sit today, not just on this dais, but 4 of you 5 are middle-aged, middle-class white men. Your demographic is far more likely to be a perpetrator of a hate crime than a victim of one. You sit in your comfortable homes, polishing your expensive firearms, and have the audacity to complain about how hard it is to live in America these days. You complain about cancel culture from the comfort of a slick recording studio and then hop into a lifted truck worth 60 grand. You claim to care about the First Amendment, but I don't actually believe you. I've seen several of you looking like you were nodding off during public comment. Mr. Cry blocks constituents on his political social media, which according to Ninth Circuit decision in Garnier versus O'Connell-Ratcliffe is a violation of the First Amendment. You invite us up to this podium and give us 3 minutes of you staring blankly at us, not caring what we have to say. You allow speakers to go over time with their words fit your agenda and then cut them off abruptly when they criticize your actions. Free speech is a fundamental right that often cannot be regulated by government. But Patrick Jones, while others on your board rightfully condemned the gratuitous and unnecessary use of a racial slur in a public meeting, you instead chose to interject an unsolicited First Amendment lecture, by the way, not a lawyer, and then singled out Mr. Pinckney, talking out of turn as supposedly more egregious than the racial slur that incited the strong response in him as the only African American in the chambers. If you had a shred of decency, you would have said, hey, I don't like outbursts from the audience, but in this situation, I understand. Instead of waiting a week to have a photo op where you didn't even apologize for your actions. Guys, they're going to cut me off, so I got to talk. The Constitution isn't just for a few self-styled patriots who wrap themselves in the flag and champion the values of only straight white Christian conservatives. As elected representatives, you must set aside your personal agendas and legacies and treat all of us as equals, including those who do not look or act in a way that pleases you. You have not shown a predisposition for doing that, and you should relinquish your power for someone who will truly respect the values of our country and our county.
Thank you, Lisa.
Hi, Penis. That's a beautiful name. Is it a family name? I love it. I love Penis, yeah. So I'm going to educate you quickly on something, and when I'm done with this video and you've watched it, you're going to definitely block me because I've proven you unbelievably wrong, and you won't be able to own up to that. And then I'll just remove the video once you've inevitably blocked me. February 4th, USO Day. The week of February 12th, National Salute to Veteran Patients. February 19th, Coast Guard Reserve Birthday. March 3rd, Navy Reserve Birthday. March 4th, Hug a GI Day. March 15th, American Legion Birthday. March 25th, Medal of Honor Day. March 29th, National Vietnam War Veterans Day. The entire month of April is Month of the Military Child. And also Military Saves Month. April 5th, Gold Star Spouses Day. April 9th, National Former POW Recognition Day. April 14th, Air Force Reserve's Birthday. April 23rd, Army Reserve Birthday. April 30th, National Military Brats Day. The entire month of May, Month of the Military Caregiver. And National Military Appreciation Month. May 1st, Silver Star Service Banner Day. May 1st, Loyalty Day. The Friday before Mother's Day, Military Spouse Appreciation Day. The week beginning May 13th, Armed Forces Week. May 13th, Children of Fallen Patriots Day. May 20th, Armed Forces Day. Last Monday in May, Memorial Day. June 12th, Women Veterans Day. June 14th, Army Birthday. June 14th, U.S. Flag Day. The week of June 11th, National Flag Week. June 23rd, Coast Guard Auxiliary Birthday. July 4th, Independence Day. July 25th, National Hire a Veteran Day. July 27th, National Korean War Veterans Armistice Day. July 28th, National Buffalo Soldiers Day. July 29th, Army Chaplain Corps Anniversary. August 4th, Coast Guard Day. August 7th, Purple Heart Day. August 16th, National Airborne Day. August 29th, Marine Corps Reserve Birthday. The entire month of September, National Service Dog Month. September 2nd, Victory over Japan Day. September 18th, USAF Birthday. September 18th, Air National Guard Birthday. Third Friday of September, National POW MIA Recognition Day. Last Sunday in September, Gold Star Mother's Day. September 29th, VFW Day. October 13th, U.S. Navy Birthday. Wow, this is taking longer than 3 minutes. October 26th, Day of the Deployed. October 27th, Navy Day. The entire month of November, National Veterans and Military Family Month. Month of November is also Warrior Care Month. November 1st through 5th, National Veterans Small Business Week. November 11th, Veterans Day. Oh, November 11th, Armistice and Remembrance Day. December 1st, Civil Air Patrol, or USAF Auxiliary Birthday. December 7th, National Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. December 13th, U.S. National Guard Birthday. So there's what, 30-ish, around 30 days or weeks that are all for armed forces, the U.S. military. And what, 4 full months as well dedicated to the armed forces? But I'm sure you knew all of that, right? And I'm sure you took time out of your day to do something for each one of those days, and you do something throughout each one of those months, I'm sure. Feel free to use this video, anyone who keeps saying, well, the gays get a month and military don't get nothing. Penis, all you had to do was slap yourself across the keyboard and Google it. Just like flop it, right, on the keys to spell words, and you would have been able to find this eventually. All right, soldier, you get out there, you start celebrating. Hi, Penis. That's a beautiful name. Is it a family name? I love it. I love it.
So I'm about to show you the craziest water bill you have ever seen. And I'm going to tell you right now, I have zero intentions on paying a penny of this. Metric County Water and Sewer District is actually trying to charge me $234,155 for 1 month's water. It's not happening. Right there is the normal amount that always gets paid, $44.97. They're stupid. Not happening. They're trying to say we use 22 million gallons of water. I don't think y'all realize how much 22 million gallons of water is. An average 2-acre pond barely holds 1 million gallons of water. So it would be at least 20 acres of water. I think somebody would see that much water somewhere, like it would be the Kentucky flood all over again. So now I gotta climb my tail in the car tomorrow, go up there and straighten this out, and let me tell you something. That racetrack from day one wasn't nothing but bad luck for us, and I tell you what, I am so glad I'm in the process of selling my part out.
Everybody's so creative. You ever have a barbecue and just have so many sausages left over, and you're wondering, what am I going to do with all these packaged sausages? Here's a recipe. Get yourself some hot boiling water and put those packs of sausage right into a pot and cook them down. That's right, only boil them for a very short time, because you don't want to cook them too long, because you'll be cooking them again later on in the process. See that? See how it looks like it almost did when you first put it in? That's what you're going for. When it looks like that, just take them out and put them onto a cutting board. I know what you're thinking. I usually just eat them like that. But we're doing something different here. Cut them up. See that? Cut them all down. I remember my mother used to do this, and she used to put it inside of eggs. But we're not going to do that here. Now put them in a bowl. Okay. You have loads and loads of sausages, which will feed a lot of children. Kiki makes this recipe every now and again. But for
Connecticut is so racist that the cops had to forge over 60,000 traffic citations to white people that did not exist, just so it didn't look like they only pulled over minorities.
A new 79-page audit conducted by researchers at UConn state it's highly likely that more than 25,000 tickets were falsified. Researchers also found an additional 35,000 tickets had significant inaccuracies and likely to be false. Researchers compared CSP data with data from the state judicial system and the state's racial profiling system to note discrepancies. Auditors say skewed data makes it appear troopers ticketed more white drivers than other ethnicities.
Like, if anybody ever tries to tell you that the cops don't have a quota system for writing tickets, just give them this 80-page report. Cause poor Juan over here has been pulled over 5 times in the last year for no seatbelt and paid $2,000 in court fees. Meanwhile, the other cops are booking overtime, sitting at their desk thinking of like fake names like, I gotta make up this new ticket. Jack, me off, speeding, 50 and a 45. I gave him a warning.
Governor Ned Lamont says he has referred the matter to the chief state's attorney for investigation.
Don't jump to conclusions. Let's see whether some of this was inadvertent. I am told that there's a small group that are much more likely to have tickets that were not properly registered. So maybe that's a group we ought to focus on.
The governor looked you dead in the eye, was like, we don't know if these cops did this shit on purpose. There's over 500 state troopers documented in that report. The state troopers in Connecticut are only 1,200 deep. That's fucking 40%, my guy. Like, close to half your police force pulls over too many black and brown people that have to stay out late and get paid overtime to make up 60,000 fake white names. And you know what really blows my mind? Like, we're not talking about Florida or Alabama, right? Like, we're talking about Connecticut, like one of the most bluest states on the East Coast. Like, there's a town in Arkansas called Menifee where the cops ticketed so many minorities that the state stopped them from writing tickets for a full fucking year. Like, that's where Connecticut's headed.
You share those videos like they're fucking mono, like you're trying to prove we're dangerous. But you're not going to do the same with this, because violence against us is completely fucking normal to you. Prove me wrong. Well, no one proved me wrong. Shocking. I need for you all to listen to me, and to listen to me very, very carefully. Social media is an endlessly powerful tool. The GOP knows this. The GOP hate groups that are trying to fucking eradicate us know this. That is why they spend so much money on astroturfing and coming up with these little social media campaigns and paying people to spread disinformation. And we are losing the war against disinformation. If that video that I stitched in the last video had instead been a trans woman instead of a cisgender man, it would be on every conservative network. It would be on every conservative's FYP, because they would be sharing it. They see anything negative towards us and they foam at the fucking mouth. They spread it like it's fucking mono. They click buttons and we don't click buttons. I understand that there are less of us. I understand that we are being suppressed. I understand that there aren't dark money groups behind us. But I can see the share numbers and I can see the favorites. And I know that we have to get things out there more than they do to perform equally with them. I know we're tired. I know we're fatigued. I know there are some of us who are doing good work off of the web. But sometimes it honestly feels like we are bored over our own oppression. I'm guilty of it too. I'm not asking you to join the front lines or wear a cape or go into the trenches. I'm asking you to just help fight disinformation. Like, favorite, share, repost, copy, stitch, duet. I don't care if you've seen the same point made 20,000 times before. If it's a good point, pretend it's new to you. I don't care if it's my video or someone else's. I mean, obviously, yes, I care a little bit that it's not my video, but what's most important is getting the information out there. And please, when you can, stop directly stitching queerphobes. Please screen record instead. Because as concerning as this was, there was still a large percent of people who felt they didn't have enough information to make an educated opinion. We need them.